Have you ever found yourself doom-scrolling late at night, and that chilling thought pops into your head? What if World War III actually happened? It sounds like something out of a blockbuster movie, but the pieces on the global chessboard are always moving. So let's just imagine it. How would it even start? And who would be on whose side? It probably wouldn't begin with a dramatic movie-style declaration of war. No, it would be far more insidious. It might start with a seemingly localized conflict, maybe a territorial dispute in the South China Sea, or a sudden escalation in Eastern Europe. Or perhaps it wouldn't be a physical battle at all, but a massive, crippling cyber attack. Imagine one morning you wake up and the power grid is down. The internet is gone, banks are frozen. The world's digital infrastructure is in chaos and nobody knows who to blame, but everyone has their suspicions. This is where the new battle lines would be drawn. Forget the clear-cut Axis and allies of World War II. This would be a multipolar conflict, a tangled web of alliances, some public, some secret. On one side, you'd likely see a bloc formed around established powers like the United States and its traditional NATO allies, the UK, France, Germany, Canada. They'd probably be joined by key Pacific partners like Japan, South Korea, and Australia, forming a coalition based on long-standing treaties and shared democratic values. Their strength? Unmatched naval and air power and advanced military technology. But who would they be facing? The opposing side would likely be a coalition of nations challenging the current world order. Think Russia and China, forming a powerful Eurasian axis. They're not just military partners. Their economies are deeply intertwined and they share a common goal of reducing Western influence. They wouldn't be alone. They could pull in other countries through organizations like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or by offering economic and military support to nations like Iran and a few others in the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America who feel alienated by the West. And then there are the wild cards. Countries like India, a massive demographic and economic power, would be in an incredibly difficult position. Do they side with their democratic partners in the West, or do they maintain their historic neutrality and strategic ties with Russia? Their decision could literally tip the scales. What about major regional powers like Brazil, South Africa, or Turkey? They would face immense pressure from both sides, forced to make a choice that could define their nation's future for a century. The war itself wouldn't be fought just in trenches. It would be a hybrid war. Drones would swarm the skies, AI would predict enemy movements, and hypersonic missiles could strike any target on Earth in under an hour. Disinformation campaigns on social media would be a primary weapon, turning citizens against their own governments, blurring the line between truth and propaganda until no one knows what to believe. And hovering over all of it, the terrifying unspoken threat of nuclear weapons, a final gambit that everyone knows would mean the end of the game for everyone. It's a terrifying scenario, and hopefully one that remains firmly in the realm of imagination. The interconnectedness that could lead to such a global conflict is also our greatest hope for preventing it. Because in a world this intertwined, the idea of a winner in a third world war is simply a fantasy. The only outcome is a loss for all of humanity.